Hi students, this is for writing class, and this is a little bit of a video on punctuation. So I want to make a couple points. We have many different punctuation marks in writing, and before I even talk about them, I want us to talk about one thing. Where do we put all punctuation marks? We put them right after the word that came before it. Sometimes students put a little space between the word and the punctuation mark. I think this is because they see it in French writing. This is not correct in English. All punctuation must go right after the word it comes after. Okay? Now, to move on to some specific punctuation marks. The first one we want to talk about is the period, and the exclamation point and the question mark. These three punctuation marks are used to end an idea, to end a sentence. The period simply ends a declarative sentence, says this is the end of the thought. A question mark says that this sentence is a question. An exclamation mark puts an exclamation put forth, says it's like you're shouting. We do not use exclamation marks very often in academic writing. Okay? So that's one category, is punctuation marks that end an idea. Now there's another category of punctuation marks that join two ideas. The main one that we use is a comma. We use a comma to put together two independent sentences, like I went to the store, comma, and the store had many things. Or we use a comma to separate a dependent clause, some introductory phrase, from the rest of the sentence. Like, although the weather is cold today, comma, I still went shopping. Okay, so a comma is used to separate, generally speaking, there are other uses, but these are the two main ones, to join together two sentences or to make an independent clause. We also have the semicolon. A semicolon looks like a little bit like a comma and acts a little bit like a comma. It's like a combination between a period and a comma, actually. You can join together two independent sentences with a semicolon without using a word like and or but, like you have to use with the period. We have other punctuation marks too, things like colons that are used to introduce a list, or usually a list. Sometimes we have dashes that break up the idea of the things. We have parentheses that put an idea in the middle, and quotation marks that put a statement that says somebody says it directly, and so on. There are a few other smaller ones, but I want you to specifically master, especially the period, comma, and semicolon. Okay? Thank you very much.